Hey everybody, I'm back. I know it's been a while. That's kind of like what I do here on YouTube. I just pop in and out. I'm here to tell you guys that Benin has officially opened up applications to citizenship. Before we get into that, I want to share these beautiful pictures of our children, Ludo and Gigi. I know you guys probably haven't seen them in a long time. I don't think I've put a video up of them in a while, but yeah, my kids are budding track stars. They made it to the National Junior Olympics, which is being held next week. You see here on the screen photos of them with Fred Curley. If you're not familiar of who Fred Curley is, he's an Olympian. He is a medaled Olympian in the 100. He got the silver medal in 2020 and bronze in 2024. And it just so happened that last week the kids were running in the same track meet that Fred Curley was running in. It was an all ages track meet and we just had to get a picture of them with him. His speed definitely rubbed off on them because Ludo got a PR in the 100. He finally broke into the 14, so he was super happy about that. And Gigi PR'd in, I think, all of her events. Well, no, I think she just did the 200 and the 400 last week. I wasn't able to go. Hubby went. I was working. Couldn't get time off. So yeah, I just wanted to share this update. We're so proud of them. We spend a lot of time in this sport. Track season starts like March out here, and here we are in July. So, as much time that we dedicate to the sport, we're just so proud of them for making it to the national grand stage next week. And I just can't wait for them to come home with medals. So yeah, that's a little update on my kids. Look at how beautiful they are. So cute. All right, so now to Benin. Let's get to the nitty-gritty here. All right, so I found out that the applications are open because I just hopped onto the Benin Embassy website. I haven't been as diligent looking on the website every week because I've just been really busy, but they made this announcement on July 4th. So let's take a look. I'm going to show you how to get there, how to navigate the websites because I know it's in French, got to translate it into English, but it's no biggie. No biggie. All right. So, all right, you go to the Benin Embassy website. You're going to go to services consulaire, the same way that I showed you the first time on how to find the pretty much like the stipulations and criteria to obtain the citizenship is the same way that we're going to go through today. So you go to services consulaire and you go all the way down to recognition of Beninese nationality to afro-descendants. Go ahead and click on that. All right. And here we have a little note from the embassy. Let me go ahead and translate it here. What does it say? Let's make it easy. Translate selection to English. All right. So it says a new error for you. Oh, wait. Oh, translate full page. Okay, here we go. A new error for you, dear Afro-descendants. Should almost spill. Almost spilled my at-home soda that I made. Okay. So it says, Dear Afro-descendants, since July 4th, 2025, a historic door opens for you. You can now apply for Beninese nationality online. Whether you live in the United States or elsewhere in the world, if you are of African descent, Benin officially extends its hand to you through a unique, simple, secure portal 100% dedicated to this symbolic return to your roots. And then it says visit www.myafroorigins.bj now to engage in a moving, powerful, and deeply symbolic process. The embassy remains at your entire disposal for any questions. All right, so when we click on this website here or this link, it takes you to this page. This page is, at least for me, it was auto-translated to English. If it's not, they have this drop down menu for you to go ahead and get into English. All right. So here's a front page, beautiful pictures, reconnect with Benin, submit your application for Beninese nationality. If you scroll down, you have a section where you can read more, and that's where we're going to go to next. And then if you scroll down a little bit more, they have news and events, mostly talking about their very popular Voodoo Days celebration. I have videos of my past experiences at the Voodoo Festival. Most recently, I think like about, what are we, 2025? 2024, last year. Last year was the first year that they made it into like an official 3-day event. Normally, the Voodoo Festival would only happen on January 10th, but starting last year, they made it festivals or activities, events happening the 9th, 10th, and 11th. All right, so you can find out more information here, but let's go ahead and scroll up to recognition of Beninese nationality for afro-descendants. We're going to go ahead and click on read more. All right, so here we are. Here we are, recognition of Beninese nationality for afro-descendants. Recognition of Beninese nationality for Afro-descendants is a method of acquiring Beninese nationality for persons who, according to their genealogy, have a sub-Saharan African ancestor who was deported from the African continent as part of the slave trade and the triangular trade. You guys, it's only $100. Like, that's really cheap. That's super duper cheap. I can't say that it's everything in total is going to cost $100 because I feel like there is going to be some other costs, and I'll get to that in a moment. But it looks like just the application is $100. It says here that 3 months from the date of notification of receipt of your complete file is when you're going to get your provisional. Okay, remember, provisional. We're going to get to the definitive in a bit. So if you click on start your application, this pop-up comes up. Again, it's in English. I don't know. I, I don't know if it's doing that automatically because it recognizes that I'm in English, but I think that the baseline for this website and this application is English. Ho- Hopefully. I haven't done the application for my husband yet. Still deciding whether if we should go this route or the other route because he's married to me and I have my Beninese citizenship. He can apply for it that way. So, but if we end up going through this route, through the Afro-descendants route, I'll probably make another video on how we did that. All right, so it says, please ensure that you have the following required documents at hand for the processing of your application. You need a valid ID. So valid means not expired, you guys. Okay, so um, and a really good ID to use would be a passport. Proof of address, proof of occupation, proof of Afro descent, and a copy of your criminal record. All right, so I haven't filled this out. You guys fill it out. Let me know how it works out for you guys if you come through like, I don't know, any hiccups or anything like that. I'll be interested to know. All right. So let's go down to how it works. The first step says, register and submit your application. Complete the application form and submit the necessary documents. Then it's going to be the processing of the application. The authority that issues nationality documents will examine your application and documents and verify their authenticity. And the last and final step is the decision. If the application is approved, receive your Beninese nationality certificate. All right, so let's see, let's get down to the nitty-gritty of the FAQ. What is the recognition of Beninese nationality for Afro-descendants? The recognition of Beninese nationality for Afro-descendants is a method of acquiring nationality by Afro-descendants in the Republic of Benin. Number two, who is legally Afro-descendant in the Republic of Benin? So under Beninese law, An Afro-descendant is anyone whose genealogy shows that they have a sub-Saharan African ancestor who was deported from the African continent as part of the slave trade and triangular trade. People of sub-Saharan African origin born before 1944 in countries or territories deported as part of the triangular trade are deemed to be Afro-descendants. So I actually like read through all of these questions before doing this video, and a lot of the answers are the same information that was in the first law that was shared back in, I don't know, was that December and November of last year? But that's all right. Let's keep going. So, what documents do I need to submit an application? So again, it's the same things that were mentioned before. The documents required to submit an application for acquisition of nationality by recognition are a written request for Beninese nationality specifying the full name, address, and residence of the applicant, a form to fill in on the website, documents proving the applicant's profession, a birth certificate not more than 3 months old, or the applicant's birth certificate or any other document in lieu thereof. So that was a little bit confusing to me. I was like, wait, what are they saying here? But just you just need a birth certificate, a valid birth certificate, okay? And a lot of these documents, I know I haven't read through this whole list yet, but I just want to let you know, like, especially the birth certificate is going to have to get translated into French. Um, They don't say at what point it will have to be translated into French, but it looks like they also have a website. We'll get to that in a bit, but they have a website where you can submit your documents and then they will transcribe it into French, and that will cost money. Okay, I think I saw, we'll get to it. I think I saw like 18,000 CFA for an expedited transcription, but we'll see. All right, so okay, any document proving the applicant's Afro descent. So here, because it says any document, I would say, you know, any valid document would probably be like what is it called? Ancestry.com. I don't think 23andMe is around anymore. There's also Africanancestry.com. So you have to get some type of DNA proof showing that you have Afro descent in your blood. Okay? All right. So, applicant's criminal record issued by the competent authority in the applicant's country of origin. The last time I made a video on this, I said, I don't know where you can get a criminal record because I don't commit crimes. So I really don't need to get criminal records, but you guys did share with me, it's easy to get. So just look it up, how to get your background check. I think you can get that through like, I don't know, TransUnion or what is it? Those other type of background check websites. All right. Any document establishing the applicant's residence or legal domicile. One passport size photo of the applicant with a white background and a copy of a valid identity document, which I feel like a lot of these kind of overlap, right? So like a copy of a valid identity document to me would be, what is it? Oh, no, that was on another page. So yeah, this would be like a birth certificate. Okay. So applicants who are physically present in Benin must accompany these documents with proof of residence in Benin. So if you are in Benin, and I think even if you're staying in a hotel, I think they'll take that, but don't take my word for it. Call the Benin embassy that's in the US. They're located in DC. So if you live in the DC area, I'm not sure if you're able to pay physical visits. But if you are, that might be even better because then you can talk to someone face to face and get all the necessary information that you need. All right, so number four, what are the requirements in terms of documents to be provided? All right, here we go. Some more document stuff. Okay, so it says A, full copies of civil status records are produced accompanied, where applicable, by the decision under which they were drawn up, rectified, or amended, and a certificate that no appeal has been lodged. All right. B, like what does that mean? No, but what really does that mean? Let's see. Full copies of civil status records. I need to think about that one. All right, B. Documents issued by the administrative authorities of the applicant's country of origin must be legalized, except for the case of an apostille, reciprocal dispensation, or an agreement between the foreign country and the Republic of Benin. Okay. A lot of this stuff is like legal jargon that makes me confused. So I don't know if you're confused, but I'm confused. So if you are confused, again, definitely call the Benin Embassy. C, documents drawn up in a foreign language must be accompanied by a translation into French by an approved translator or a foreign representative of the Republic of Benin. So that's what I was talking about before, right? You're going to have to get um, your birth certificate for sure translated into French. And they do have on this website, I'll show you guys where to get to the translation website in a bit. Alrighty, let's see. Where was I? Okay. An identity document is any document issued by a public authority in a foreign country showing the applicant's surname, forenames, date and place of birth, photograph, signature, personal identification number, where applicable, and the name of the authority that issued the document, the date and place of issue, of issue, and a code or reference for the document. So to me, that sounds like a passport. It has your picture, your identity, your names, your date, place of birth, um, signature. You got to sign your passport, and it has an identification number. So D is passport. E, proof of residence is a written document issued by the administrative authority in the country of residence. I don't know how, I mean, proof of residence, I guess that would be like a driver's license, right? Like it has your address on there. Hmm, interesting. F, the criminal record issued by the administration or judicial authority of the foreign country is less than 3 months old on the day the application is submitted. So when you get your background check, um, make sure it's not an old background check. Make sure it's very recent within the most recent 3 months. Okay, so G. Proof of residence in Benin is established by the entry and exit stamps in the passport or the provisional certificate of nationality, or on an entry and residence visa for the Republic of Benin. A standard hotel bill or a legalized rental contract bearing a date subsequent to the promulgation, that's a word, of Law 2024 31 relating to the recognition of Beninese nationality for afro-descendants in the Republic of Benin. So, as I said earlier, a hotel address will suffice. So, if you're out there visiting and they're back from the track meet. If you are visiting Benin and you are there to get your definitive, right, your permanent citizenship, it looks as though the hotel bill. Okay, let's see. The nationality documents issuing authority may request the production of the original of any document submitted by the applicant. All right, number five. Who is the addressee of the application to require Beninese nationality by recognition? So applications for Beninese nationality by recognition shall be submitted to the Minister of Justice by the applicant. It is processed by the nationality issuing authority. So I mean, when you fill it out online, it's going to go through the Minister of Justice, but if that's for the provisional. Again, to get the definitive, you have to be there in person and you have to go to the Minister of Justice um, office so they can see you face to face. Make sure it's the same person in that picture that you submitted on the application online. Make sure there's no fraud or scams going on here. Number six, how do Afro-descendants apply for recognition of Beninese nationality? So here I noticed they had a typo because this website doesn't work. Okay, it's myafroorigins.bj. That's the platform that we are on, and that's the platform that you're going to start your application process. But I'm going to read this anyways. The application is made online. Applications for recognition of Beninese nationality for Afro-descendants must be submitted via the afrodescendant.gouv.bj platform, which I just said. Don't go to it because I'll show you it doesn't, it's not operating. Let's see. All right, see, I told you. There's an error. It's not gonna work. Right. So maybe it'll end up working. Maybe they have some other plans for this website, but as of right now, it's non-operational. Go to myafroorigins.bj. So the process. On the platform, click the Afro-Descendant Recognition tab, click on Make a Request, then on Start Now. You know, I'm not even going to read this because this doesn't even match up to the website that we're on. So just follow the instructions that's on this website. It's in English. It's very clear and simple, and hopefully you won't have any hiccups. What's up, baby? Hi, Mom. Hi, baby. Any mascot package come? Hmm? Any mascot package come? Oh no, I'm on a video. Video right now. Oh. Are you mad? Are you mad at me? About what? What? What today? About your what? What I ran today? No. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and skip this process because you already know it's not the same. Oh. All right, so number seven, how long does it take to get my provisional certificate? The provisional certificate of recognition of nationality is issued within 1 month, which kind of contradicts what it says up here. But I guess maybe it also depends on how quickly you can submit all the necessary documents. Like if you can submit all the necessary documents all at once, maybe it will go ahead and take that 1 month. Or maybe it can take as long as 3 months. All right. How do I apply for a definitive certificate of Beninese nationality? Applications for definitive attestation of Beninese nationality by recognition are submitted to the Minister of Justice by the applicant who is physically present on the territory of the Republic of Benin. So again, you got to be there in person to get your permanent citizenship. And again, which authority is competent? It is the Council of Ministers on a proposal from the Minister of Justice. What's up? I want to know, it's coming on. It said, this Friday, but it was saying Monday. Do we have to leave on Monday? No, you guys leave on Tuesday. Okay, good. So we have enough time. Okay. This boy's worried about his mouth guard. So he is already like, in his mind, he's done with track. Even though he has his national JOs next week, he's like, I'm done with track. I'm ready to play football. He is very much an all-around athlete. All right, let's go. Let's go, number 10. What are the rights attached to the provisional certificate of nationality? So the provisional certificate gives the beneficiary freedom of entry, residence, and exit of the territory of the Republic of Benin. So what this sounds like to me is that you don't need a visa. You don't need to apply and pay for a visa every time that you want to come visit. Every time you want to come visit Benin, I think right now the longest visa that they can give is like 90 days, and that expires like that's good for like I think 3 years. But even still, it's like every 90 days you have to go to I forgot the name of the building. It's probably the Minister of Justice to get your visa re-upped. Okay, but with your provisional certificate, you have the freedom and the pleasure to come in and out as you please, and also to live there. And what are the effects of acquiring Beninese nationality by recognition? So these are the things that you can also do with the citizenship. So again, the freedom to enter, reside in, and leave the territory as you please, the right of a certificate of Beninese nationality by recognition and a Beninese passport, and the right to pass on the Beninese nationality to descendants. So if you were to get your nationality, your citizenship today, you can that nationality will go ahead, the citizenship will go ahead and pass down onto to your um to your children and your children's children. All right, beneficiaries of Beninese nationality by recognition may acquire full Beninese nationality and all the rights attached thereto at any time in accordance with the legislation on nationality. All right, and the very last question, can recognition of Beninese nationality be withdrawn? So basically the question is, can they grant it to you and can they take it away? Okay, so let's find out if they can take it away. So on a proposal from the Minister of Justice, Beninese nationality by recognition shall be withdrawn by decree issued by the Council of Ministers from beneficiaries who have not met the requirements of Article 15 of this law. So it says here, if it is established that it was obtained by deceit or fraud, and that no possession of Beninese status or assimilation into the Beninese community has been established since it was issued. Okay. B, if the person has been convicted of an act classified as a felony or an act undermining internal or external security of the Beninese state, the fundamental interests of the nation, or an act of terrorism. Don't act up. Okay. Do not act a fool. Don't act up. Don't commit crimes. They will take it away. And they're serious. If the person has engaged in acts on behalf of a foreign state that are incompatible with the Beninese nationality. So I don't know. I don't know. This sounds like some spy stuff. I really don't know, but you guys don't have to worry about that, right? You guys are good people. You're not trying to go get Beninese citizenship and start committing crimes and fraud and deceit and scams, right? Right. All right. So, let's go back to the front page. Let's go back to the front page. I'm trying to get back to where I saw. Okay, useful links. Back to the front page. You're going to scroll down. You're going to skip this part. You're going to skip the news and events. Come down to useful links. All right, when it comes time to get your paperwork translated, they have here something called Trado, which means to translate. It is the official Beninese online translation platform. So you click here for more. And the one thing about this website is that I cannot find a translation into English. So, again, if you have any questions, call the embassy. They speak English there. I know they answer the phone in French, but just ask them, hey, hi, do you speak English? And they'll say, yes, how can I help you? Okay, so they'll be able to answer all your questions. And over here, just saying, how does it work? I choose my documents. I choose the type of service. Je reçois mon devis. Oh, I forgot what devis means. Let me see. Let's see what this means. I received my quote. Okay, so yes, it does cost money to get it transcribed. But let me see. I'm gonna look a little bit more. I think I saw some pricing here. I think it's about the same cost that I had to pay when I was in Benin to get my birth certificate translated in order for me to get my citizenship. And this was in 2022, before this was even all all announced. So this is not something new just because they're doing this afro-descendant citizenship that they have to, it's not a money grab. They're not trying to, oh, let me get money here, let me get money there. Like this is something that they have to do in order to understand the documents that they're receiving. Okay, so it has to be translated into French because that's the national language that they speak there. Okay, and it says here, I proceed to payment. All right, let's see. Okay, let's make a demand. Let's click on here. Make a demand. This is the form. Again, it's in French. So please ask for translation help with the embassy. And over here, you have pricing. So service echo. Okay, eco service duration, 25 working days after payment, guaranteed for 10 pages max, and it will start from 6,500 francs per page. Okay. And if you want the express service, which will take 7 days, 7 working days after payment, guaranteed for pages max, from 18,000 francs per page. Okay, let's see here. Available soon, maximum duration 3 working days. So I really don't know what that one means because it doesn't even have a price on there. So yeah, ask the embassy. These are all things that you can do on your own. Don't be hesitant to call the embassy. And don't feel, I guess, pressured into paying other agencies to do this for you because this is the platform to submit the documents. This is the platform to apply. Any additional help that you need, I recommend to call the embassy. Sometimes they don't answer, whatever, just keep calling. Like that's why you're not bugging them. And if you are bugging them, who cares? Like they're expecting your call. I can guarantee they're expecting your call, especially with this new news for us. They're expecting us. All right. So yeah, that's pretty much about it. I There's really nothing else to this. It's pretty straightforward, other than some of those FAQs that was kind of, I don't know, difficult to really decipher because of all that legal jargon. And I don't know, I'm thinking also because how it was probably translated directly into French, it's not direct translation. So yeah, that's it, guys. I can't wait to hear about some of you guys who are going to be applying. Please keep us updated in the comments how it's going for you, how it went for you, any hurdles that you're facing when applying, um, anything, anything. Because like I said, I'm not going to be applying. I already have it. We don't know yet if hubby wants to go through this way or the other way. But again, if we do try this route, I'll videotape it. All right, guys, that's about it. It's Friday for me here. I'm ready to get off this computer. I've been on the computer all day working. Ready to get off the computer, eat hubby's great hamburgers, and drink a nice beer. All right, guys. See you guys later.